Hey guys. I'm just trying to play music that YouTube won't prevent me from monetizing my video. Thanks for liking. You guys know I don't usually come on here and do lives, but I don't know, I was just feeling it. I wanted to actually, it's funny because I'm doing this love challenge thing, and hi Natalie. But before I even started it, I was doing this thing where I do like staring into the flame to activate my pineal gland, and then we learned this frame technique. This is from Erin Daughtry. I've been doing this love challenge. So if we can just start off with this, we're going to, I wasn't really planning on getting into the whole frame technique here, but basically what this does is help you establish boundaries. So as you're focusing on the flame, you are focusing on the sensation in your body. You're breathing in and really breathing into your body, especially the lower chakras. And you're focusing on the space between the flame and yourself. So you're cognizant of the space between you and the flame, between you and everything. This is to help really build solid energetic boundaries. And on the breath out, you're focusing on the space around it and the connection between you and the flame and the connection to everything. So breathing in, you're focusing on your body, and breathing out, you're focusing on the external and the actual connection. So we'll just do this a little bit. It will help me establish boundaries with people in the room and help you guys as well. It's called the frame technique. I'm not really explaining it in detail, but you guys can look it up. So on your inhale, you really want to focus on the sensation in your body and how you're separate from the flame. Okay, you're your own entity. And then on the exhale, you're going to focus more on the connection, all right? So we'll do a few of these. I don't know if you guys are doing it or how you feel, but that's it. That's all I'm going to do for right now. I don't even really like this music per se, but you want to just play some relaxing frequency music. I hope YouTube doesn't monetize or interfere with my monetization here. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on. I haven't really been doing that many DM readings. It's kind of overwhelming to be on a live right now, to be honest, on here. Like, energetically, I'm so sleep deprived. So this week I've been sleeping like 4 hours a night. I'm super tired. How are you guys doing? I know I don't come on here a lot. I've been going on TikTok a lot. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for your loyal support. I did mention in a video earlier, I kind of did want to touch on this because I can't really throw that out without explaining. So, my idea of the twin flame journey has really shifted over, yeah, I'm not sleeping at all, has really shifted a lot over the last, since September really was like when everything kind of shifted for me. And it's really hard to deliver clearly right now with my sleep deprivation. But basically what I feel, so I do think our twins are like the ultimate catalyst. And I've said this, you guys, like all the time, for like our self-love. They are a mirror of all of our wounds. They are a mirror of the areas that we need to focus on healing with, okay? And so, but if you stay in this energy of staying attached to a romantic outcome with your twin, you're not really getting the point of this journey, which is all to propel you into a journey of discovery of yourself. And it's really like never ending. So I'm like 4 years into it, and every few months there's like a new road that I'm taking, you know, a new form of self-discovery, a new challenge I'm doing, a new thing that's just brought into my world to help me go further and further into self-love. And so if you're just on this merry-go-round of focusing on a romantic union or the romantic connection or pining over your twin, you're avoiding facing something within yourself. You're using it as a band-aid to not do the work. And what's interesting is that my romantic attachment to my twin really just kind of ceased around last September. I got gallbladder surgery. It kind of changed everything. But even though that really shifted, I didn't obviously get to this final destination of my journey of self-discovery. I've been, you know, if you guys have watched me, I've been dealing with chronic illness like the last couple years. So that's brought me to a lot of areas of self-discovery in and of itself. But I guess I was kind of wanting to come on today because last night I went on a date. I have no interest in dating. I'm just not interested at all. But I went on a date, and it just, you know, it's weird because there's still things that bring me back to this version of myself with my masculine, or wounds that are there that I know they're not from him, but there's still wounds there, but they were there prior to him, but they're still in my mind associated with him. So anyways, I can't even really get into it, but so it's interesting because I can kind of almost tap into, no, it's not temptation, because I'm not it's not about my masculine, it's about my own journey. Yeah, so well, the thing is with a chronic illness is that for one, like a lot of empaths were, I guess they kind of went into the world already very sensitive, and then it was easier for them to, I think, develop trauma, and like trauma lives in our cells, and trauma after trauma, then you just develop nervous system impairment and all that stuff. And so it's very easy to develop some sort of chronic illness. Hey, New Mexico. So, I just, you know, a lot of readers are really focused on, you know, the twin flame thing. I feel like we created this label to help us cope with separation, to help us cope with like having this anxious attachment to somebody who mirrored back some wound that we had in our childhood that created that, okay? And so we can't cope with the separation because it's within that separation is the pain. So we tell ourselves this is our twin flame, so we never actually have to cope with it, so we can stay codependent on the connection and never really deal with what's happening inside of us, because so many of us are so terrified of really acknowledging that we ourselves have to be the answer. We have to be enough. That source of peace and serenity is never going to come from outside of us. So holding on to the twin flame label is a way to kind of skirt around the fact that you have to be okay in and of yourself. Even if you were to get into union, you still have to look in the mirror. You still have to look at yourself constantly. So it's never going to just be solved by union. It's this romantic obsession that keeps us actually from doing the work. Okay, so I do a lot of readings of meeting people where they're at, where a lot of people are still needing to know, are they thinking of me? What do they want to say? And it's because that's where a lot of people are at, and I was there, and I just honestly snapped out of it after like 3 years of being really in it, and I don't really know what happened. It just kind of, the romantic obsession stopped. And I know this because I could not stop messaging my masculine. It was like a compulsion for me for years. It was just, the messaging was the only way I could feel like I was keeping my head above water because it was unbearable, the pain of being separate from him. And then I realized it was never about him. And so, but based on my experience yesterday of going on a date and kind of realizing that the feminines still have a lot of work to do, even the feminines like myself who are done with chasing, done with romanticizing the connection, there's still some wounds there that need to be addressed, okay? And because I can feel that, I also feel the masculines are going through, I do feel the masculines are really trying to pull in the, you guys, I'm very sleep deprived and I have chronic illness, so it's like I'm not on game at all right now. Like my mind is so, like the energy, I am going to pull my singing bowl, but so I just don't want you guys to think like this is me on my game, because it's not. But so I feel whenever I go through, it's like I never feel any sadness. I never feel any emotions like towards my masculine, towards being alone. I don't even want a partner. But this date, which was so nothing, gave me this sense of sadness, of that feeling of I once had, you know. And also a lot of times we're focusing on the masculine because it was just the last person that we were emotionally involved with. And it's also because when that ended for a lot of us, it was so traumatic that we literally closed our heart chakra. So it's not because they're the only ones we could feel that connection with. It's because we lost a part of ourselves in that disappointment and we built a barrier. So don't go convincing yourselves because you meet other people and you can't seem to open up to them that must mean you're meant to be. There's no, I mean, this is just my personal opinion, guys, but yeah, it's been chronically storming here. Okay. This is a crown chakra singing bowl. I didn't even brush my hair or anything before I came on here, guys. I was just so tired. But so yes, I'm very thankful to my masculine because I didn't realize how much work I needed. Gosh, and if I had to start it all over right now, I don't think I could, because just when you think you're peeling that layer of the onion, another layer and another layer and another layer. If you guys are doing the work, it's a lot. Oh, my dog's waking up because I'm doing the rattle. So much of my energy has been focused on my solar plexus and this journey, because that is our core, that is our confidence, that is our sense of place in the world, okay? So some of you guys, but I do want to do a reading. Gosh, I wanted to play like actual fun music, but YouTube's just not going to let me monetize. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure I could play some Olivia Rodrigo because that's on the shorts. I mean, they can't take that away from me, I don't think. But I didn't really want to play sad music either. But I am kind of feeling this, like, this dissonance that I felt when I felt a lacking. And it was also because I spent an hour talking to this guy, and I'm not around anyone. I am so sensitive with my illness that being around other people, my mirror neurons, I get so imbalanced. So even just sitting outside with this guy, but today I have this sadness, and I never feel sad ever. And it's not, I don't even, I really, like, I've been working a lot. I know I'm talking a lot about myself. I'm going to get into a reading, guys, but a lot of work I've been doing I've been doing this thing called Primal Trust with Kathleen King, which is absolutely amazing for coming into your value system and getting to actually release yourself from chronic illness through finding your values and healing yourself that way. But then I've been doing the Aaron Daughtry Love Challenge, and been focusing a lot on values. And I already knew this a long time ago, but like, so we had to think of our 3 top values, which was really hard. And we have to learn to embody those because that's who we're going to attract, right? And we had to write them down. I have like, let's see, I have so many. Like courageous, confident, strong, cheerful, sentimental, passionate, decisive, open-minded, growth-oriented, honest, respectful, grateful, adventurous, independent. Okay, so I wrote all these things, and we were supposed to narrow it down. And so for me, mine are cheerful, authentic, and well, confident and strong. I guess you could kind of lump some of those, right? Courageous too. And anyways, my point is that the person my masculine was, he's not who I want, and he doesn't match my values. He doesn't match the woman I'm becoming. And so no shade to him. I'm just saying, actually, one of the main things I want is someone cheerful, and there wasn't a cheerful energy in our dynamic. And so we have to really think, like, what do we want? And is it that person, or is there just a wound that we're trying to get met through this person? And so, and I decided this a long time ago because I guess courageous was the thing I just didn't feel he ever was. And I know a lot of people like to just fixate on their masculine being a coward and blame shifting. But beyond that, if they're a coward or not, do you want that? Is that a value of someone you want to be with? Because me personally, I lose respect for someone who can't show up authentically. That's something I work very hard on doing. You guys know that. I come on here, I pour my heart out. Like, authenticity is like really up there for me. And so why would I want someone who I'm saying wears a mask and doesn't show up authentically? I mean, I've talked about the word authentic so much. So we can sit here and blame and point, but what we're seeing is things that we haven't risen to within ourselves. And so there's no victim here. We're choosing. Everything is a choice, okay? And I know a lot of you guys have not severed that attachment. Personally, I don't know what got me to sever. I went from one day, like, obsessively emailing him to literally, like, I don't have respect for this person, and I don't have a desire to even try to get it anymore. And I don't know if I turned a corner on self-love, because this was 9 months ago, and I've been through the ringer the last 9 months. Gosh, I just came on here, and now I've been talking so much about myself, but if you guys have been on here at all, really what I've been really focused on the last 9 months is like my friendships and the wounds around that. I have not even thought about romance that much. So anyways, okay, I digress. I'm going to start to pull some cards and see. I'm going to start with Mystic Moon's Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. So if you guys are still with me, thank you. So, where's the masculine at right now? With that all being said, because I know you guys want to know. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. I just got 3 8s. We're approaching Lionsgate, which, okay, another thing is, like, I'm very spiritual, but I don't buy into all this. Every, like, date is a reason to feel like something's gonna happen. Like, oh, it's the new moon, it's the full moon, they're coming around. Like, I don't believe in this, like, self-created spiritual world that we've become. We can literally say, like, oh, today is 1/2/21, and now it's like a special portal day. Like, guys, like, to me, it's bullshit. Like, we're all grasping for something to hold on to when we need to hold on to ourselves and our self-growth and coming into our true authentic selves. Like all of this relying on all these external things to like somehow come and save us and bring us something that we're lacking inside of us. It's not going to work like that. Okay. So let me get off my, but I did just get 3 8s, which, oh, so my whole point of saying that is, as much as I don't buy into like, oh, today's 4-4, today's 2-2, Lionsgate for me historically has been a very, very intense day in my twin flame journey. Like tower moments, like almost every year for the last 4 years. So I do believe there is something very significant about Lionsgate, and I find it very interesting that I got 3 8s and an 18. Okay, we do have a full moon coming up soon. We have 8, but these are all, okay, so 8 of Pentacles is reversed. Now, this is the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. So this is Abandoned Ship reversed. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Sorrow, Stranded Island reversed. Okay, so then we have 8 of Wands, which is upright, which is muzzled. So there's still, okay. So this is the only one where the meaning isn't negated. So they're still wanting to remain quiet. They're still not ready to communicate. They're still withholding their energy. But the interesting part is that abandoned ship and stranded island, these disconnected energies are reversed, which means that people right now, masculine and feminine, we're having little mini tower moments in our life, and it's making us want to, I want to run to you. It's making us want to seek refuge within the comfort, okay? And that's probably what happened to me yesterday is I went out of my comfort zone to have a date with a random person, and I want to go back to something I already know. And I don't think this guy was for me anyway, but we're seeking comfort. So these ways of really facing our abandonment, stranded island, abandoned ship, we're like, no, I can't do it. I can't go there. Like, it's too painful. This abandonment, this sadness, this dissonance from the source of what I think would take that wound away of making me feel abandoned. I can't deal with it. That's what missing someone is, guys. It is not being able to tolerate the discomfort of the reality of separation between you and other people, and also the attributing this separation, attributing your worth to separation. So when we're abandoned, we feel like that means that we're not loved. We feel not only that we're not loved by that person, but that God and the universe must not love us. We feel literally shut out. We feel in the cold. We feel a lack of connection within ourselves. And so a lot of us may have a heightened feeling of that right now. And that may be because we did something out of we sold ourselves out in some way. Okay? So look at the areas, guys, and the masculine's feeling this too. What's funny is the masculine really did sell themselves out by abandoning the feminine. The feminine sells herself out by chasing the masculine. You see the difference here? And then we have the moon reverse. So we're not wanting to look at our issues. We're not wanting to deal with the pain. It's all just too much. But at the same time, we don't want to make any moves. We don't want to do anything about it. We're just kind of comfortable in this pain, in this dissonance, in this identity of being the abandoned person. Some of us really like to constantly recreate that story because it's where we're comfortable. I don't know if someone in here is eating a sub right now, but I just tasted a sandwich with pickles in my mouth, which tends to happen. So if anyone's eating a sub, let me know, because it just helps me to know that I am really intuitively connected. But that's weird. I just get random tastes in my mouth, like sometimes yogurt, I don't know. So, interesting energies, guys. Very interesting. Let me get a couple more. I mean, hello, we just got 4 8s, which is also, you know, not wanting to, it's like the infinity, okay? It goes on and on and on. We're never going to heal this wound if we don't take a different route than we've been taking, okay? Oh, I wanted to get a couple more from the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. Thank you guys for being here. So what ways can you guys show up for yourselves, like in this moment? I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I've been doing so much self-work, but just that date, like I left feeling a void that I never feel. And I think it's because we're going out of our comfort zone. 2 of Torment, deadlocked. Siren of Rage. Scorn. This is Queen of Wands. And 8 of Torment. Oh my god. You guys, I've pulled all the 8s. Entanglement. I mean, some of you guys are really angry because you feel like you're stuck. This Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. Oh, you're so cute, puppies. Okay, let's get from the regular tarot, but we've got so many 8s here. All right. Five of Wands, 10 of Swords. Is that swords? Why am I drawing? Yeah, 10 of Swords and Page of Wands. Hey, bubbles. You tired, bubbies? Another Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. What's with this fire sign energy? Well, we are going into Leo season, so I love that I just pulled the Star. You know what? I wasn't even really channeling whether I'm doing the masculine or the feminine for this energy. Our souls right now have to be really revived because I feel like we're just going in circles. We're just doing the same old thing. We're investing energy in things that are not fruitful, okay? We're not putting energy into the things we should be putting into. We've got to find different avenues of healing this with the Star here. But I want to actually shuffle these again and focus on who I'm focusing on because I kind of didn't do that. So let's focus on the masculine right now. And actually I didn't even want to use that deck. I meant to use the good tarot, so. Okay. All right. Where's the masculine's space at? Whoa. Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. My God. 4 of Swords. Okay. 5 of Cups. Sadness. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling today. 10 of Cups. Hermit. Like this is the same as the muzzled energy. Virgo energy. High Priestess reversed. Hey, masculine. All right, so Pisces energy. I feel like the masculines feel sort of like a disconnection from themselves right now. They're trying to find themselves, which I feel like is kind of what the feminine's doing. They're trying to figure out what would really make them happy, but there's like a third eye blockage with them. And I do feel like they're sifting through grief. And I feel like they've realized that the grief isn't going to go away, that they have to address it because it is a blockage to their happiness. I do feel like they're on a new journey of self-healing and self-discovery. Let's get some from this Oracle deck. But I just feel like it's always the same story with them, guys. Okay, this is going to be general. Oh, yeah, this is definitely, we've all been going through shadows recently. If you're feminine, you most likely have been really facing your shadows, and so is the masculine. The only way to make friends with your inner demons is to face it, heal from it, and move on. This is what I've been saying this whole time, guys. There's no shortcuts around it anymore because it's just going to keep coming up. The pain is just going to keep rising. Bridges. Know which ones you need to burn, which ones to rebuild, and which ones to avoid. Legacy. The decisions, the actions you make today will affect their future. Be mindful of what you choose to leave behind for the next generation. Dream home. It's not a home unless we're in it together. Yeah, it's interesting because I had the 10 of Cups. I mean, I do think that they're trying to walk across this bridge. They're trying to move forward in their life. They're trying to look ahead. They're trying to maybe even build a new life. But they've stuffed their shadows and their pain so much that it's just going to keep resurfacing. And they can build this idealized version of their life, but if they're empty inside, it's not going to even feel like aligned. There's going to feel like a disconnect. And so but they don't know which bridges to walk back over and which bridges to burn, is the feeling I get. And I feel like they're going through the motions. So I let go of all that which no longer serves me. But at the same time, there's a need to look at shadows. So you can't just burn every bridge of everything that is painful, because you do need to do the shadow work here. And I used to kind of think like focusing on the negative and the shadows was counterintuitive and productive. But what I've come to realize with Primal Trust, this program I'm doing, is that we have to kind of integrate our shadows into our new self that we're building. So we don't just burn every bridge. We have to know which ones to burn, which ones to kind of revisit and integrate ourselves in. And if the masculine's going to start this life where they have a home, they have a family, they have children, and they haven't faced those shadows, they're just going to pass these things on to the next generation. And they're not really divine people then, because divine people came here to raise the consciousness, to break the cycles. And so if you guys see your masculine really, and this might be why a lot of masculines have not really started this life, because a true divine masculine isn't going to do this and bring another generation into the world without breaking the cycle. That would mean that they're not divine. Okay, so that's maybe also why you guys have maybe wondered, well, if they're with someone else or whatever, why haven't they done all this? Well, it's because they know in their soul that they do have to do the shadow work, and they're not supposed to be passing it down to their next generation here. So the shadows are coming up big time for feminine and masculine here. And there is a need to ground, to meditate, to go within. Okay, with the Hermit and the Four of Swords, there is a need to do that. And I think the masculines have done that a little bit. They might have started doing some meditation practices and stuff. But when they do that, I feel like they realize how disconnected from their true selves they really are, and how they haven't used their intuition. They haven't been divinely guided in their decisions, okay? So, all right, guys, I'm so tired. I don't think I could go anymore, but thank you guys so much for being here. I know I talked a lot about my own stuff, but hopefully it helped and resonated, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.